Welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live. Now, former Springbok fly half Joel Stransky is part of a very worthy cause, which will see him cycling 2,500 kilometers from Durban to Swakopmund over 14 days. Now, his goal is to raise funds for eyesight screenings and glasses for South African children who are most in need. The man who kicked that match-winning drop goal at Ellis Park in 1995 Rugby World Cup final joins us now virtually. A very good morning to you, Joel. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports on Morning Live.
Good morning, V. It's wonderful to be on the show, and lovely that you've given us a little bit of time here to highlight our cause. It's something quite special we're doing, and we're putting our little hearts and souls on the line here, but hopefully doing it all for the children.
Absolutely, and we love the cause that you've decided to partner with. But speak to me, Joel, when you look at this initiative that you're a part of, what was it about it that touched you to the extent where you said, Joel Stransky, I'm going to get on my bike, I'm going to ride 2,500 kilometers for this cause?
Well, it was probably a midlife crisis to start with. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but it's quite tough. What's driven us is, I've raised money and I've got a charity, and we've been doing it for 13, 14 years now. And it was really based on what Madiba always taught us, that education is the cornerstone of the future of our country. We supported a whole lot of educational causes. And then this plight around the underprivileged children and their sight, came to the fore. And we dived in there, and we've been doing this for 7 or 8 years now. We test the kids' eyes, we screen, test, we give prescription glasses of the child's choice to the child, because we know what kids are like. If they don't think they look cool, they won't wear the glasses. And to date, I think it's around about 12 or 13% of the children we screen and test, we supply glasses to, So we're making a difference in those little kids' lives, because if you can't see, you can't be educated, you can't play sport, you can't participate in society. So for those kids that we're helping, we are making a nice difference.
And I absolutely love that. Speak to me about what this journey has looked like for you. I know yesterday, because of the storms, you had to make a stop just after 10 kilometers. What have those challenges looked like for you in terms of just being in the trenches of being on this journey of this 2,500 kilometer, but also just getting people to be able to dig deep within their pockets and support the initiative?
Yeah, you did right. The weather gods have thrown everything they can at us. We've had some horrible winds on day 2. Yesterday we had rain and hail and lightning, thunder, big storms. We had to stop it a couple of times because safety is, of course, the #1 priority. but I think the crux is, excuse me, we all cyclists. We all dig deep. We're doing it for a bigger cause. So when we're suffering and when we're really battling, we've stopped once or twice. We've had a coffee, we've had a sandwich, we've filled our bottles. But most importantly, we look into ourselves and we consider how blessed we are, how privileged we are to be in a position where we can take time off, where we can come and ride our bikes for 10 days, 2 weeks, do something special, and raise money for a worthy cause for those who are not as privileged as we are.
And I know you make the joke that while it was a midlife crisis that led you to eventually make this decision alongside with other factors, but how satisfying has it just been for you to be part of this initiative? From a personal point of view.
I'll tell you what makes it all worthwhile is when you see a young child who has a sight issue and who can't see, and you see them, when the lenses get put on their eyes for the first time and they can see clearly, that's what makes it all worthwhile. So, this journey is one of, for many of us, and there's 5 of us who now will embark on a long 8 or 9 days of suffering. It is a little bit about self-discovery. It is a little bit about, looking deep into your soul at times. But most importantly, it's about knowing that we're making a difference somewhere. And, that is all inspiring to see that child's eyes light up. Gives me goosebumps. It's something incredibly special.
Joel, before I let you go, a quick one. Just when you look at the fly halves we've got in South Africa right now, Sesha Zulu, we've got a Mani Lebok, we've got a Andre Pollard. Yeah. It's a beautiful problem to have when you look at the selections.
Well, I think it's a beautiful problem in any position in that Springbok team, and boy, they've been amazing, haven't they? And again, on the weekend, they just battered Ireland into the ground and bullied them into submission. It was almost not about the scoreboard. It was about winning and just showing real dominance, and they did that. And then you look at those 10s, and I see Sasha Zulu was picked in one of the global 15s already. He is really special. And then when you got backup like Mani and Andre Pollard, who's got so much experience, you've got players who offer something different, and that's what Rassie has built in that whole squad. It's a formidable outfit. It's the pride of our nation. They are the team that we look up to and inspire us. The cricketers are going great guns. They've world champion test players. I think they're going to beat India for the second time in a row now. It's just a purple patch for sport, and rugby. Rassie Erasmus and his team have certainly led the way.
Indeed, they have a purple patch for South African sports. Indeed. Thank you so much for your time this morning, ladies and gentlemen. That is Joel Stransky, former Springbok fly half, the man that scored that amazing drop goal to secure that World Cup victory for South Africa in 1995. It's a worthy cause, 2,500 kilometers that he's riding in order to raise awareness and funds for children with eyesight problems.